Hello, I'm Tony Linus with the Australian Market Report for March 31. Wall Street plunged sharply overnight on fresh worries over the US economy. The Obama administration warned that General Motors and Chrysler could face bankruptcy. In addition to the woes in automakers, Treasury Secretary Timothy Geithner says over the weekend that some banks will need further aid from the government. Yesterday, the Australian share fell on the weaker outlook in Europe and US markets. The S&P ASX 200 index ended the day down 1.8% or 67.9 points at 3,604.4, while the broader All Ordinaries index lost 1.7% or 61.4 points at 3,554.2. In terms of key economic facts and figures, Australian Treasurer Wayne Swan says the Reserve Bank of Australia still has room to cut rates further if needed, and Australia's monetary policy transmission mechanisms continue to be far more effective than almost any other developed country. Financial markets are expecting the central bank to make an interest rate cut of 25 basis points in RBA's next meeting on April 7. The RBA also releases financial aggregates data for February. Turning to merger and acquisitions news, Oz Minerals is expected to unveil a revised structure in the deal with China Minmetals as early as today. The new proposal may exclude the prominent Hill mine based on national security concerns. The market anticipated that Minmetals was offering a low price as Oz's most valuable asset would not be put in Minmetals' shopping cart. Tolhurst shareholders have agreed to a merger of the struggling stockbroker with Patterson Securities. Patterson's reopened for business yesterday after its merger with the Tolhurst stockbroking operation. And finally, important corporate news. The National Secretary of the Finance Sector Union, Leon Carter, has warned, on a conservative analysis, the jobs of up to 3,000 processing and other back-office roles in Westpac and St George were at risk after the merger of the two banks in December. Macquarie Group has announced changes to its remuneration scheme that reduces high-level employees' cash compensation. Macquarie to replace the reduction in cash compensation with shares. The changes affect 300 of the bank's senior employees, including the executive directors and chief executive Nicholas Moore. Agricultural chemical maker Nufarm Limited has reported a net profit rise of 84% in the first half ended January 31 and says demand in the second half will be strong. Nufarm says first half net profit before significant items was $65.12 million Australian, up from $35.364 million in the prior corresponding period. Optus's parent company, Singapore Telecommunications Limited, has entered into an agreement for credit facilities of $51.08 billion to refinance existing facilities and for general working capital purposes. You've been watching the Australian Market Report for March 31. I'm Tony Linus from ABN Newswire.